You ever hear a word, especially in your faith, so many times that it just kind of loses its punch, you know? Words are amazing things. They're so powerful. But when we just repeat them over and over without really getting what they mean, they can start to feel hollow. So today, we're going to dive into how this happens in our spiritual lives and, more importantly, how we can get that power back.
I mean, think about it, right? When our faith language just becomes a habit, just a comfortable thing we say, it stops inspiring us. It stops pushing us to actually do anything. And some of the most amazing, profound ideas can end up as just background noise.
And this brings us to what some people call the Christianese problem. It's this sort of insider jargon that, honestly, even with the best intentions, can sometimes hide the meaning instead of making it clearer. It's when our faith starts to sound more like a collection of slogans or bumper stickers than a real lived experience.
Now, to be clear, Christianese isn't about using words from the Bible. The problem is using them without a deep, practical understanding of what they mean for our lives. It's a language of sound bites that can feel good to say but doesn't actually lead to any real change.
Okay, here's a perfect example. We've all heard this one. God's kingdom is his reign in all of human life. I mean, that sounds incredible, doesn't it? So big and profound. But what are we really saying when we say that? What does it actually mean?
Let's start to pull on that thread a little. If we say God reigns, the very next question has to be, how? How does he reign? Is it a feeling? Is it a philosophy inside our heads? Is it a list of rules? You see, without the specifics, it's just a beautiful, but kind of empty phrase.
And let's get even more real. What does that reign look like on a Monday morning when you're stuck in traffic, or when you're having a tough conversation with your spouse? If we can't picture it in the real world, then it might just be a nice idea we talk about, not something we actually live.
And what about that huge word all of human life? What does that cover? Does it include my bank account, the shows I binge watch, my politics? Here's the deal. When a phrase is so big it could mean anything, it often ends up meaning nothing specific at all.
So if that's the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's about making a shift from slogans to substance, from vague ideas to a kingdom of action.
Just look at the difference here. We go from that vague slogan to something clear, something you can actually do. Seeking God's kingdom means living according to King Jesus' commands. See that? All of a sudden, we have a roadmap. It's not about some fuzzy concept of a reign. It's about following actual instructions.
And we can break that down even more. On a personal level, this means doing real stuff. It's about our closest relationships, things like taking care of our parents, honoring the roles we have in our marriages, and men stepping up to carry the weight of responsibility for their families.
And it's not just about us as individuals, this gets bigger. As a community, it means loving our neighbors in ways they can actually feel. It means we get organized to make our charity, our help for others, smarter, more efficient, and way more powerful.
And this is the key. Using plain, direct language changes everything. The goal shifts from just feeling good about our faith to actually producing real, tangible results, real action in our lives and in our communities.
So, look, this isn't just some interesting idea to think about. This is about your transformation. It's about taking the words you've maybe heard your entire life and turning them into how you actually live day in and day out.
Man, this quote says it perfectly. It's a challenge, right? It's time to grow up, time to chew on some meat. It's a wake-up call to actively go after the kingdom in a way that creates visible results, that fruit, instead of just saying the right words with nothing to show for it.
So, how do you actually start doing this? Well, here's a simple 3-step guide. First, ask questions. Don't ever be afraid to challenge the slogans. Second, dig deeper. Go past the surface level to find out what's really being said. And finally, seek the essence. Focus on the actual instructions and figure out how you can live them out. Because that's the real challenge here. It's not about learning more fancy religious words to impress people. It's about taking the words you already know, truly understanding their depth, and then putting them into practice every single day.
Hey, if this explainer helped you, if it sparked something or brought some clarity, please do me a quick favor and hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone else who might get something out of it. It really helps get this conversation going. And if you're ready to take the next step and connect with other people who are on this exact same path, turning faith into action, you can continue your journey with us. Join the living network of Seekers for God's Kingdom. The link for that is right down in the description below. Thanks so much for watching.